All right, guys, I am here to do a dark goddess reading. I got 8 dark goddesses out here. First of all, we've got Skyla, who is in the inverted position. We're going to turn her right side up. And then we have Famnach, or however you pronounce her name. Notice the key word of this goddess is drama, and this one is envy. And so right off the bat, Spirits is saying, less drama, please. They were in the inverted position. This energy is not going to do you any good. It's not. It's not really true empowerment. And a lot of you are dealing with the evil eye, which is why the envy card comes up. This is where people are very, very jealous of you. Okay. So if somebody has your name in their mouth, it means that they're jealous for some reason. This energy is something that Spirit is saying that unfortunately we're going to have to endure. It's a sign of your empowerment. We got the dark goddess Gelich, which represents endurance, and then Sekhmet comes up, which represents empowerment. She's in the upright position because this is not going to empower you. What you do need to do is you do need to empower yourself to where you're not, need to transmute that energy. Take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment. Okay, Persephone, what she's telling me is that I see her as a sign of blessings or blessings. She's a sign of blessings. What she's saying is to listen to your shadow side, listen to yourself. Listen to what your spirit guides are telling you to do right now. Because first of all, anybody that's creating a bunch of drama, anybody that's jealous, they're powerless. That's why these 3 cards came up in the inverted position. Powerless. Straight up. Weakness. Anybody displaying anybody doing that is weak. You're weak and you have no power. If you're showing jealousy, now if it's a situation to where you're dealing with a personal situation, okay, something that is related to you, but anybody that's just hating on people, that's weak. That's weak. Don't let that energy weaken you. Empower yourself. Take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment. Take it as a good thing because people are jealous of you because your blessings are there. Okay. That's why Sekhmet comes up. Persephone is saying to, um, she's in the upright position. She's saying to, her keyword is compliance, but she's saying to listen to your spirit guides. Don't step outside of that. Whatever it is that you need to do, do it. But you really need to um, listen to your spirits right now. We're coming up on the end of the year, and what spirit is definitely saying is to leave all that other stuff in the dust. People that are jealous of you, people that are envious of you, uh, let them fall by the waysides. Don't even focus on them. Okay, they're very obsessive, very obsessed because they want what you have, which is your power. They cannot have your power. Okay, now the one thing that people have been talking about has been energy harvesting. There have been a couple of people that have been picking up on that of people trying to harvest energy. And you just have to know, which is why the endurance card comes up. You just have to know how to, it's not that they're taking your energy, it's that they are binding it and oppressing it. Nobody can take your power. Nobody can take your shine. If you take your power back, you're not taking it back from them, but you are regenerating and restoring your power, because they can't take your power. Stop thinking that anybody can take your power. Stop thinking that anybody can do that. They can't. Really, to be honest with you, the only person that can actually do that possibly could be a parent, but even in that situation, you still have the right to empower yourself. Now, the Ngana card comes up, which represents health. A lot of you guys that are feeling like you're drained, feeling like you kind of don't feel good, you have the power to heal yourself. That's what she's saying. You have the power to do that. You just have to look really, really deep to find out, to get it, to get to it, which is going to take discipline. It's going to take meditation to take your power back, or to restore or regenerate, especially your health. Okay. Stop thinking that anybody, the problem is that there's too many people that feel that this has power over them, that has power over you. None of that has power over you. Only you have power over you. If you don't believe that, then you've been crossed up real bad. If you don't know your own power, you've been crossed up really, really bad. Really, really bad. Hello, Dark Goddess. Hello. Now, Rand comes up. She's talking about spiritual abuse. She's talking about abusive people, abuse is what she's talking about. She's talking about people using abuse. You know, when somebody abuses you verbally, mentally, spiritually, physically, this is an act of binding you, oppressing you. Okay. Now, dear woman, what I'm getting from her is the need to grow up, the need to mature yourself. All of us have that inner child that helps us laugh and have fun, and melt marshmallows with our kids, and it just gives us that Christmassy, Yule feeling. But that is a side of yourself. That's a good thing. But when it comes to facing this adversity, You have got to mature yourself, and stop looking at everybody as your mama. Quit looking at everybody as your daddy. Quit looking at everybody as your superior. This is for the people that are watching me. This is for the people in the circle that are meant to follow the path that I am following. Okay. Somebody else ain't gonna do that. There are three types of people in this world. There are leaders and followers and the confused and the lost. The dear woman, she represents being lost. You have to find your power. She represents having to find your power, having to find yourself. Okay? Because you can, chances are if you're 20, 30, 40, or even if you're in your teens, you have the power within yourself. The only thing is that it's being oppressed. Okay, Persephone is talking about oppression. And then also looking at yourself as a child in situations, being triggered, having people say things to you that is gonna that is gonna trigger this hurt inner child within you. You can't do that. You got to throw that away. You got to throw that away. You got to throw the child's play away when it's time. Child's play you should only be using child's play, when you're playing. But when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. You see what I'm saying? All of these enemies that y'all dealing with, they use childish antics to control you or to try to control you. You can't let them do that. You have to empower yourself. Empowerment is not easy, is it? People try to make it seem like it's easy, but it's not. There's a path to that, but it's very, very hidden. It's very, very hidden. That path of empowerment is hidden. You have to find it. That's what the dear woman is talking about. She's talking about finding your path, finding your way out of that darkness, that confusion. So that you can get to that level of empowerment within yourself, not nobody else. Don't matter if you're in a relationship, if you're with somebody, you are the person that empowers you. Nobody else can empower you but you. Nobody. You can be with another person, but both of you need to be empowered together. If you're not empowered on your own, then it's not real power. It's not. It's codependency. Codependency is not empowering. Okay? That's why many of you ladies went through, being single. What does that really mean? Or single motherhood. Okay? And then there's a lot of you fathers that are single fathers. Okay? It's not just women, it's men too. The same thing that affects women affects men in reality. In reality, the same thing is no different for any sex of people. Society is the matrix. It does not really exist. It doesn't. Society stuff, with, patriarchy and all of that stuff doesn't really exist. It's unless you allow it to exist. And it doesn't really have any power over you unless you allow it to have power over you. Okay. I feel like Rand is talking about freedom from self-harm and abuse. Freedom from also, who's talking about freedom from religion and indoctrination? Any kind of indoctrinated belief that is not empowering you is what the dark goddesses are talking about. This is what's keeping everybody, men and women. This is the stronghold that you have over you. How do you release yourself from those strongholds? You're going to have to be guided by spirit. You know the saying, hurt people hurt people. There's some people that are in a constant cycle of self-depreciation, a constant cycle of low self-esteem, a constant cycle of not being able to use or even find their own power. There are a lot of people that are caught up in that. And what do? They don't empower themselves. They do what? They want to hurt other people. There's no power in that. It isn't. You're lost if you're doing that. You're lost. You're lost. And it's going to bring about failure every single time. This is why there's a lot of people that fail at everything that they do. They fail because they don't know how to find their own power. Very codependent. Let me throw the next card. Okay. Penthesilea. Spirit told me to throw this card. Guilt. It's in the reverse position. You know, every single time somebody does that, you're doing it to yourself. This is all about self-harm. It's all about self-harm. I feel like that's why she came up. Self-harm. You know, you keep doing these things that do nothing but depreciate your value, and then you sit there and you kick yourself. You hate yourself. Self-loathing. Do something that empowers you. Also, kicking somebody else down never works. I built an entire empire, a queendom, without having to kick anybody down. I had to fight. I had to argue with people sometimes, but I didn't have to kick nobody down. I just had to kick them out of my way. I don't need for other people to have bad luck or bad things happen to them for me to feel good or to feel empowered. You see what I'm saying? But some people, they feel that way. It's not that it's going to happen in those people's lives, but you're going to depreciate yourself. You're going to constantly be in a position of weakness when you are doing that. In every situation, if you are a hurt person trying to hurt somebody else, you're the weakest link. Don't be that person. Trying to hurt other people, you're the weakest link. Okay? Because, and you know what? You may think that you're empowered because you're trying to, carry out some lower vibrational antic. But in reality, if you could actually focus on the things that empower you, then you would be empowered. Kicking somebody else down, saying, oh, it just means that you're insecure. It means that you're insecure. And then the envy card came up, which spirit is saying that you ain't got no power. If you jealous of somebody right now, you just powerless. You just powerless. And a lot of people are in denial of this. They'll say, oh, well, no. If you are doing that, if you are harassing anybody, if you are bringing judgment to anybody, you're just jealous of them, which means that you are in a weaker position. And I'm not talking about people that's watching me. I don't feel that you guys necessarily are, but I think that a lot of you guys are being negatively afflicted by people like that. And I think that you're letting those people afflict you big time. And you can't do that. Now, the endurance card comes up, which shows that a lot of you guys have been broken down by this. You have allowed this energy to break you, but then you front to keep up appearances that it hasn't. No, actually do the work. Saying, oh, it's all gravy, it's all good, da 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 da. No, that's called denial. You're still not manifesting what you want. You haven't manifested anything. You're just saying that you manifested it when you actually haven't. Now, of course, we do work with the law of attraction, but you know that's where it's at. But if you're saying, "Oh, I manifested this," but you didn't actually do it, doesn't make it real. That means that you're the Seven of Cups. That means that you fronted like you manifested, but you actually didn't. How about manifesting this in the real? How about actually empowering yourself? That's where the challenge comes in. Like I said, being able to talk shit that makes no sense, it's pointless. It's pointless. All you doing is fronting. Ain't no future in your fronting. Okay. Hey, love only. Hello. Now, if you are dealing with someone, if you are dealing with someone, if you are dealing with someone that is envious of you, if you are dealing with somebody that's bringing you drama, if you are dealing with somebody, because I feel like this card represents the energy harvesting and stuff. You know, it's very simple. I'm gonna throw an advice card for y'all. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. It's just like setting your intent. However, I'm gonna tell you something. Manifesting something through magic is not as easy as people thought it was. It's not. It's not. It's a formula. It's an energy. It's you know, it's very deep. Okay. So yeah, this is law of attraction, Anana, seduction, and so she's talking about bringing things towards you, your law of attraction, your energy, sacral chakra is what I'm sensing. Sacral and root is what I'm sensing from this dark goddess. She's talking to you guys about your sacral and your root chakra and how it affects your entire aura. Um, I feel like she's talking about law of attraction, but not just saying it, but actually doing it. See, this is what makes the difference between being the Seven of Cups and being the Seven of Pentacles when you're actually manifesting something. Just saying that you're doing it is not real because you haven't manifested anything. Okay. So I feel like a lot of people want to manifest, but it's literally like you cannot manifest with drama. Not really. You can create chaos, you can create energy, but then what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with that energy? What's the point in creating all of this energy and you don't know what to do with it? You have to know how to put things in perspective. Okay, then these two dark goddesses, people that are envious and jealous and causing all this drama every single day, they are totally in their subconscious and it is controlling them. They don't have the control that they think that they do. And that's why you see them trying to control everybody else. They ain't really got no control over their own life. That's why they, you know, have to control other, they have to try to control other people or either convince other people that they have power over other people. But you don't even have power over yourself. They're avoiding self. They're avoiding self. I feel like that's what the dark goddess is talking about. Avoiding yourself, avoiding your own self-destruction, avoiding the things that are destroying you, but then not actually seeing it, not having self-awareness, being foolish and folly. Okay, that is what spirit is talking about. And stop giving people like that power over you is what Sekhmet is saying. I don't know why I keep going back to her. She keeps talking about stop giving people power over you. Stop. Stop doing that. Okay. Thank you, Angela. Okay. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. love girly, without even having to throw the cards. All of your relationships have been toxic. All of them are going to be toxic because there's a spirit that is attached to you that is going to turn everything toxic. Without even throwing the cards, I can sense that. Every single one of your relationships have been toxic. Every single one of them. There's a spirit attachment that's making everything toxic. Not blaming you, you have a bad spirit attached to you. So what you do is you go from relationship to relationship with this toxicity because of this spirit that is controlling everything, sweetie. Okay. Hey, Kelly, I'm doing good. Does that make sense? It's a spirit attachment that has been attached to you for a while. I can't help but to think from what you typed, what I can pick up on is that an elder put that spirit on you. And it keeps manifesting in your relationships. That's why people start out okay, but then so it's an accomplishment to leave, especially if it's not fate for you to be with that person, but you're going to carry that to every single relationship. Okay, you're going to carry that to every single relationship. It's going to keep happening. It's a cycle that keeps repeating in your love life. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely sense that when you type that in there. Because, yeah, you know, especially when it comes to close relationships. Now, that doesn't mean that you belong with that person or that you should still be with that person, but it is time for you to go ahead and get rid of that spirit so that you can actually manifest and keep and hold on to the person that you're supposed to. Otherwise, it'll keep everything in limbo. Okay? Yeah. And release your anger for that person too, because if you take that into the next relationship, it's just going to destroy it. Every relationship is going to be destroyed if you keep if you and you just got to, and it's in your heart. Feel like it's in your heart and your sacral, but it kind of floats back and forth, and it's affecting you on a really really deep level, causing a lot of heartache and pain in your life. So what you do is you from the very first relationship that you had, you took that energy, you took it to the next one, and then you keep taking it to the next, and it just keeps building and getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it's bigger than you, and then you end up being one of these people that, end up dying alone. Okay? Or it'll completely block out, and then you'll only have to come back and repeat that karmic cycle again, which, you can still come back. I know that I'd like to come back to Earth in every lifetime. I love it on planet Earth. Okay, I'm a Earth goddess. I love it here. I think Earth is a very beautiful planet, and I love my earthly presence, which is my mind, body, and my spirit. But my body, I love how Earth created me. My physical presence. I love it. Okay, you're welcome, sweetie. You're welcome, Kelly. Okay. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta get to a reading. I gotta get prepared for a reading for a client. You guys are more than welcome to schedule a private reading for tomorrow. I may be available later this evening, but I'm setting people up for tomorrow, setting appointments for tomorrow. Okay. All right. Okay. Unless it's somebody close to you, like your loved one or your husband or your wife. But other than that, focus on self. What does self need to do? Okay. Quit focusing on everybody else. All right. I'll see y'all later. Peace and love, you guys.